Hey, welcome back everyone. I am Matt Larson, coming at you with a little bit of a heavy heart today. Last night, actually around the same time when I was posting a Facebook status talking about the Senseless shooting that took place down in Baton Rouge with Elton Sterling, another murder of the same kind took place in my home state of Minnesota. So it hits a little bit closer to home because most of these things, you think, oh, it can't happen here. It'll never happen near me. It did basically around the same time that I was posting about the Elton Sterling shooting. And the details are not exactly perfectly clear on what took place last night. They were pulled over, him and his girlfriend and his daughter was pulled over for a broken taillight. How do you get from broken taillight to getting shot 4 to 5 times is where the missing pieces are. We don't know how long it's going to take until we find out, but from what we know, because this was live streamed by the girlfriend after he was shot, Philando Castile was shot 4 times, it sounds like, while he told the officer that he had a firearm on him and he was a licensed to carry this firearm at this point because he was trying to get his registration out for the police officer. Police officer then says, "Don't move," because it sounds like he was reaching in his back pocket to get it. While he went to put his hands back up in the air, that's when the officer shot. This is the account from the girlfriend in the car. Did he maybe move very suddenly and made the cop a little trigger happy? We don't know. That's something that, unless there's body cams or dash cams or something else that can back up either account, we are not going to know what's going to happen and what took place. But that's really beyond the point here. Governor Mark Dayton came out today in a press release and actually said that, you know what, he does not believe that this would actually have happened if it was a white person instead of a black person. And at first, people are like, oh, he's just playing the race card. But if you actually look inside of you a little bit and actually be honest with yourself, there is still racism like that in America. It's still, there's that stigma, and people aren't always going to want to admit it, but people still have that belief that black people are dangerous and violent people. There's studies that talk about that, and I'll post that down below, that there's psychological studies that the first thought that comes to mind when you see a black person doing a certain task, I should say, compared to a white person, you get a completely different representation in that person's mind. I'm going to hold any judgment, I guess, back until we know more details in this case. All I know is that when you're pulled over for a broken taillight, it should not end up with you going out of that car in a body bag. I'm going to leave it with that.